Man, do I hate these new Disney Star Wars movies. For some reason, they somehow just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and I just don't get it at all. You know, I swear, nothing can compare to you. Somehow this was perfect back in the 70s, and just now they're just kind of, you know? I swear, I could do a better job making their kind of effects and their kind of stuff. But, you know, if only there was one way I could how to do that. Oh, wait. I can. Let's learn how to do it. So, in order to create a lightsaber, you actually need to have one physically with you. You can easily go run to the store, go buy one of those plastic ones. But us, we're being broke. We're gonna do this cheap and easy, okay? Simple thing to do, you need to start with a handle. What you can do is take the inside of a paper towel, keep that little cardboard, and we'll just keep that. And boom, just like that, you're left with something like this. Now, after we find our handle, we need to get something kind of similar to it in length. You can get one that's just like this, just a little longer. We use that, that'd be perfect. Or you can be fancy, use what they used back in the 70s. Get a nice piece of plastic with a little reflective. We use this to reflect the light off. That's how they did it back then. But for us, I don't know. What could we use? Now, boom, you got yourself a broom. Grandma doesn't need this anymore, so all you're gonna do is snap that little thing off, and boom, just like this, you got yourself a lightsaber blade. Now, to help you out, what you're gonna do is, once you get that little hilt area in, you're gonna make markings all along the blade. For me, I just did every 6 inches, and I did right and alternate, just so it's a little easier. You'll see why later. See, now, arguably the most fun part, you actually get to decorate the handle. Using foam, duct tape, tape, I don't care, use whatever, just make it look cool. It's a lightsaber. And then now you have these two parts done, bada bang, bada boom, you slide them in together, and boom, look at that. You got yourself a piece of cardboard and a broomstick handle. Yeah. But now that you have this, go and film yourself your little Star Wars shoot. Do whatever you want. Swing it around, do whatever. Okay, make your thing look cool. Boom, once you have all that kind of stuff recorded, we're going straight into After Effects.
Let's get started here. We're going to open up After Effects here, press that new composition from footage here. We're going to load up that file you want to upload and make that into a video. You hit import and just like that, you're on the screen now. And now you should have a screen that looks similar to mine. And we're going to start by making a new layer here. So you're going to go up to the layer and we're going to say new, solid, and you're going to have that new layer. This is basically what's going to become your lightsaber blade. So we're actually going to start by making that white here for us. And we're going to name that something simple just because it's a white saber blade. We'll just name it White Saber. And just like that, you're just going to hit done. And then you're going to see this big white screen here. And if you look at that lower left, there's a little eye icon that's right by that white saber. We're actually going to press that eye there to get rid of that giant white screen. And boom, you're back on the screen just looking pretty as ever. Now next, we're going to be using a technique called rotoscoping, which was also done back in the old Star Wars film. So first we're going to start by clicking that little pen icon up the top there. And this will basically what we're going to use to trace the blade of lightsaber. So you're going to make those 4 little dots right around the blade, kind of making almost a rectangular shape. And the reason we mark the blade for this is it allows for these to track a lot easier, especially when this gets in motion. And you should be making a nice little rectangular box right around that blade of your saber, just like so. And just like this, we're done. We made our first little box here. And so now, using rotoscope, we're going to go frame by frame and do this for every single frame in your video. This is the long and tedious process, but I promise it's worth it. So if you're on Windows, you're going to hit that Control right arrow, or if you're on Apple for some reason, you're going to do Command right arrow as well. And so you're going to do this and go by frame and just trace it along and just make sure it looks just as pretty as you want it to be. Hey everyone, Future Jack here. I'm just going to give you guys a few tips when it comes to making this stuff, because I know it's a long and tedious process. Whenever you have very high motion or movement in the lightsaber blade, I recommend making the box look a little wider and trying to equate for that. You'll see it here in the video. I'm always kind of equating for it. And the good thing about having that stick marked is you actually can see a little bit of that motion there. So I recommend doing that. And also saving throughout the video in case you make any mistakes or anything you want to go back and change at the previous time. I recommend making tons of saves, stuff like that. It really helps in the long run. But through the power of movie magic, I'm going to speed you all through this. And boom, through movie magic, we've not only changed the clip, but also the time of day. And just like that, so once you go back to the little icon, you're all done with your masking. So you can click the little eye icon we clicked earlier, and you can just press play, and you boom, just like that, you have that white little blade hilt right along your handle there. And so basically, this is all your masking you've done. If you want to go back, you just hit that pen icon. You can move the things around and change that lightsaber blade to whoever you want to make it be. We're on to that last step here. So basically, we're going to click on that white saber bar there, and we're going to hit Command D 4 times, basically duplicating that layer, giving that white saber bar a couple more lines and effects like that. You know, giving him some friends, because, you know, everybody could use more friends. And so now on each of those, we're going to press the M key twice, not once, but twice, right? Just like that. And this will open up more of those masking features. And for all those, we're going to open all of them up and just make it so we can see all the little effects that each one of them have. And now finally, once we get all those masking options open, we're basically going to click that little sign that says mask feather. We're going to click that first number, and we're going to change basically the kind of the glowy effect on the thing, so to say. So we're going to change that first one to 3. The next one's going to go to 10. Then that third one we're going to put to 30 here. Then that fourth one we're going to change over to 60. And then that last one we're going to make it 120, super simple, just by 2s. And this will basically add it so that lightsaber effect has that glow and that. You can look over that tape and you actually see it kind of has more of that vibrant and that glow effect that you see there, where it kind of emanates more and has that aura all around that blade hilt there. And through doing that, this added that kind of signature effect that lightsabers has, where it has that aura kind of around that hilt blade there, and it has that glow and that sway and all that momentum and movement there. And finally, on the last few steps here, so just like how we started making those white saber, we're actually going to do the same layer, new, solid, and this time instead of being a white layer, we're actually going to make a black layer here. And kind of that's going to act as our background behind the blade, so nothing's out of crazy there. And we're going to drag that one all the way down to the bottom, just so it's out of the way there. Once you finish all of that, you can slap all those layers into a composite folder, and you should be left with a screen that looks very similar up to mine. And the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to hit that mode, and we're actually going to change that up to screen there. Now with this, you're officially done with making your lightsaber. If you're a fan of white, you can leave it just like that. Now wait, Mr. Jack, I thought you were going to teach us how to make lightsabers, and all you did was teach us how to make a white stick. I really want to see some colors on those. Sure, I can teach you how to add color. It's super simple. It's probably the most fun part of all. Now if you're a fan of white lightsabers, you're more than happy to just leave it just like that and just export that video out there. But if you want to add some color into your life and onto the lightsaber, you're going to the effects and presets over on the side right that side there. You're going to type in curves. You're going to look for one that says color correction curves there. And you're basically going to drag that right on top of that little, the masking you did on that lightsaber. And on the left side of the screen, you should have this little grid thing that little pops up here. And so it should say curves 1 or just curves plain just like that for you. And now once you hit that channel there, it's going to say RGB, but if you want to pick whatever color you want, there's red, green, blue, stuff like that. But you can make almost any color using those. So that top one there actually change how vibrant and how kind of that red color it's going to be. So if you want like tons of glow, you can kick that up to the top, or if you're close to the middle, stay that white color. And that bottom bar there basically changes how shiny and how bright it's going to be. So if you want more of a glow, you can increase that. So kind of you just mix those two around, just find what you're looking for here, and see we went for kind of that red lightsaber effect for you right there. Boom! Just like that, you're now the Sith Lord, or a Jedi Knight, or whatever you want to be, because you have a lightsaber, and who can tell you no when you have one of these? Now last but not least, I'm just going to basically show you how to render this out. So you're going to open the file, and there should be one that says export, and you're just going to hit add to render queue there, that second one from the top. You're going to press that little button. The only thing you need to do is change that out and send it to wherever you want to send it to. You can now save it as a file, put it in like a little folder. Basically do that. Just name that little file there, and you hit save, and it should be, once you hit save, there's that top right there. It says render, and you're going to press that, and bada bang, bada boom. You can now enjoy your final product. Okay, so maybe we didn't take down Disney. I mean, who really can? But we took a really good stab at it here. And I think my product here just shows a kind of like the introduction of how people can get into, you know, doing visual effects and learning and wanting to grow from there. And, you know, more videos are soon to come of how to keep these videos from growing and doing more and more advanced techniques and tricks like that. But I thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed.